Welcome to my videos on my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about what happened today on UEFA Champions League 2024-2025 final, where today was played the final on UEFA Champions League, where the PSG didn't have any problem and defeated and humiliated the Inter 5-0, and with this victory, the PSG won its third UEFA Champions League title in its history. So let's talk about a little more about this game. Well, remember that the PSG they defeated to Arsenal in the semi-final, where they had an easy series where they defeated 3-1 and they advanced to the second final in 5 years. And where remember that they lost its first only final before this game in the COVID in 2020, when they lost 0-1 against Bayern Munich. And the Inter Milan had a tremendous series in the semi-final where they defeated Barcelona 7-6, where in the second game was a tremendous game because they were eliminated with less than 5 minutes to play. They scored the goal, the equalizer, in the regular season 3-3, and they won that game, the second leg game, 4-3, and they won the series 7-6, and they advanced to its second final in 3 years. Where remember that 2 years ago they 2 years ago, I think, yes, defeated the loss against the Man City 1-0 to 1-2, and they were looking for to win is for UEFA Champions League title in its history and its first title in 15 years. So this was a tremendous game, because before this game I thought that this was going to be a very close game. I put as a favorite the Paris Saint Germain because I thought that they had a better team, and they did it, and they should prove that. And I thought that this game was going to be defined by only one goal difference on in penalty shootouts. But what happened in the game was something very different, because the PSG dominated the game from the beginning to the end, where they established its football level, and Inter Milan and didn't have never had any response about that. And the PSG had an easy game, and they should have won this game for more than 5 goals. So about this game, since the beginning, the PSG scored 2 goals, where in the minus 20 the PSG were leading the game 2-0 with where the Raf Hakimi scored the first goal, and the second goal was the first goal was a tremendous play, and with 8 touches, and the second goal was in a counter-attack where the Doué scored, and the Inter Milan were leading 2-0 in the halftime, but they should have won that game. They should have been leading that game in the halftime by minimum 3 goal difference. To be honest, the PSG didn't let that the Inter Milan establish its football style in the first half, and they had an easy game. In the second half, in the halftime, I expected that the Inter Milan could have done some change to put emotion to the game, but to be honest, it didn't happen because the PSG were leading dominate this game. They never let that the Inter Milan could could establish its football level, and in the minus 63, the Desiree Douet scored his second goal of the game, and the team in the game, and the game was finished and was over in the minus 63. And 10 minutes later, in a tremendous game, Kivisha Kvaratskhelia scored the 4 goal, and the series was over. And in the minus 86, Seni Mayulu scored the fifth and last goal of the game, and PSG won the game 5-0, won the Champions League title, and won its first game on its history. So it was a tremendous performance from the PSG. To be honest, I didn't expect this great performance from the PSG, neither the bad performance from the Inter Milan, but in the end, the PSG was the best team, and they deserved this victory. Also about this, remember that talking about the PSG 2024-2025 season, the PSG won the league first, the League One, with 80 points, and they had an easy run. I think that they have won 9 out of the last 13 season, so it's amazing. And they won the Coupe de France, where they defeated the Reims 3-0 the last week. So about talking about this UEFA Champions League, in the group stage, The PSG had a lot of problems because they started very bad, but in the last 3 weeks they won the last 3 weeks in the group stage, and they qualify as a 15 place with 13 points and a record of 4 victories, 1 tie, and three losses, and they qualify to the playoff knockout run. So in the playoff knockout run, the PSG face is the Brest, the revelation of the tournament in the group stage, and they didn't have any problem and won that series 10-0. They won, and in the round of 16, they faced the Liverpool, the best team in the group stage, where it was a tremendous series because the PSG lost the first game 0-1, where they were the best team, and they were the best team in this series, where they won the second game 1-0, and they won in the penalty shootouts 4-1, and they advanced to the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, the PSG faced the Aston Villa, where they had an easy series, to be honest, because they won the first game 3-1, and they lost the second game 2-3. But to be honest, the PSG were leading the game 2-0 in the first 30 minutes. They relaxed his football level, and for that reason, the Aston Villa took advantage of that. But in the end, the PSG won the series 5-4, and they advanced to the semi-final. And in the semi-finals, they had an easy series because they won the both games. They won the first game in London 1-0, and the second game 2-1, and they won the series 3-1. To be honest, I expected more for the Arsenal, but because remember that Arsenal had eliminated the Real Madrid in the quarterfinals, but they couldn't compete against the PSG, and the PSG had an easy series. And about this final, how I told you, I expected a little more about the Inter Milan. I thought that this game was going to be closer than it was, but in the end, the PSG showed that they were the best team in this tournament. They won the game easily, 5-0. They humiliated the Inter, and they won its first title in its history. So, what's next? Well, remember that in 2 weeks, we'll be celebrating the FIFA Club World Cup 2025. This will be the first time that we'll have a similar format from the FIFA World Cup. Well, remember that this FIFA Club World Cup will now be celebrated each 4 years, like the World Cup, and this will be celebrated 1 year before the World Cup. So remember that the PSG and the Inter Milan will play in this tournament, where the PSG are located in the Group B, where they will face the Atletico de Madrid, Botafogo, and Seven Sounders, where I think that the PSG won't have any problem and they will qualify to the next round. And about the Inter Milan, they will be in the group. Wait a minute, in the Group E, where they will face the River Plate, Urawa Red Diamonds, Rayato Monterrey, and them. So I think this will be an important competition. And remember that the PSG qualified to the Super Cup 2025, where they will face the UEFA Europa League, where the champion that was the Tottenham. That the last week they defeated the Manchester United 1-0 in Bilbao, Spain. And for that reason, the PSG against Tottenham will play this game, where I think that the PSG won't have any problem, and they will win that game easily, and they will live his first Super Cup in his history. And remember that in September we'll start the group stage in the UEFA Champions League 2025-2026 season, where this will be tremendous. Now the PSG is one of the favorites, but in the end, the favorite to win the Champions League in the next season will be the Real Madrid, because they are reigning the king of that competition. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment or suggestion, you can write me and any of my social media platforms. So see you next video. Jibber.